Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at the MCRN Lapithes, designed by Pavel. Now Pavel was one of the members of the drone crew in Colony Wars, and he creates some super fantastic vanilla ships. So this one isn't going to disappoint. So let's have a quick look around this guy. Now the first thing that's going to bring your eye to the design is the distinct Martian color schemes. You've got the grey, you've got the orangey red Martian tones with the black, and this is a very clean looking color scheme. So we'll do what we usually do. We'll start around the exterior and then we'll go on inside. So the first thing I want to bring your attention to is this right here at the front. Now all these doorways aren't access to various places around the ship. Of course, these are missile protectors. Behind each door we have a massive volley of missiles coming straight at you, and a little camera in the center, and of course he's protected that with a little bit of glass. You can't do without that. So as we work our way along this sort of design, you'll notice that it's actually designed for combat within Space Engineers. That's surprising about a ship that looks this damn good. We've got a variety of firepower and we've got a variety of backup systems. So you can see right here we've got camera there, camera there, camera there, camera there. So if any of these actual systems go down, you'll still be able to maintain accuracy on target. Now the next thing I want to just show you is just look how it's layered and staggered the armor up to create that slope. So as it slowly just steps up one layer at a time, getting wider. Then of course it's got this indented area with the two rocket launchers there. It just looks fantastic. And then nicely harbored within these little thruster housings, we've got some ion thrusters that stretch to the missile and Gatling gun batteries at each side. So we've got two Gatling guns there in the center, and we've also got two on the top, two on the bottom, so great coverage, as well as 4 missile launchers in that configuration. So as the hull starts to expand out here, you can see he's got some detailed points going on throughout this section, just adding a little bit of ribbing like that, creating a lot of contrast, and especially from a distance you can see how the shadow pulls away and just really makes it look quite stealthy. All the Martian ships remind me of quite a stealthy type design, but I guess they're geared towards war, so of course they're going to be planning that into the design themselves. So as we continue working our way down here, you can see the missile launchers and weapons are protected with a little bit of covering to stop the lower segment of the missile turret getting hit, but of course this is also limiting their arc, but I wouldn't really worry about that because the amount of weaponry that we've got on here is going to be very protected. Even the antenna tucked away in this little quarter is protected as well. So as the engine bays start to stutter out from the actual hull here, you can see we've got that really nice staggering pattern in the armour, some iron thrusters tucked into that section there, and we've got the first of the thrusters. So if we come around the back, I'm quite a fan of thrusters on ships, and I think if you do nice thruster components like this, you can really set off your design. So we've got 4 engine bays here. The hydrogen thruster is surrounded by the iron thrusters, and just have a look, there's a large iron thruster actually tucked in the center there. Really nice staggered design, and we've also got some turrets there in the center just to stop people from getting in between your thrusters and causing some havoc. But each one of these is vented on the side there, so you can only imagine that the hot gases are trying to be expelled and maybe cooled by space. But quite a nice little concept. Just have a look at these little bits that is added to the side here as well, just staggering out the armor, creating that contrast. So let's actually go to the top deck. You can see that we've got the 2 antennas there, as well as the laser antennas and the iron thrusters tucked in this section. So it's pretty much identical. But if we actually go underneath here and we activate our light, let's just turn our light on, we can see there is a little bit of a hangar tucked down here. There's also a connector up there at the front and an access door. So we'll just quickly show you into the hangar bay, and we'll try to get the perspective right. So you can see the ship is actually not the direction you'd expect it. It's all standing up on top of each other. And as Pavel said in his comment section, it'd be crazy to model the full interior, but it is a real damn good attempt. I mean, the detail in each one of these sections and just moving around the ship, it feels like you're in a Martian type craft, from the railings to how he's laid out the floor tiles, just to how clean he's kept everything on the interior. But what I'll do is I'll just quickly adjust my graphics setting, so we'll move from cinematic mode all the way up to standard sort of viewpoint, and then we can actually have a nice look around here. So the interior of this is quite confusing if you don't know where you're going, so we'll try to get our way around the ship as fast as possible. So we've got ourselves a little viewing quarter there, and that just views us back into the cockpit section, and then you've got access back into that. So if we go into this lower segment, you can see we've got the pool table, some nice little bits of setup going on there. So let's just tuck our way into these little housing areas that lead you the distance of the ship, you could say, to each one of the decks. So as we enter onto this deck, we've got some more quarters. This is actually, I think, a little science room. We can dip in there, another science room laid out. There's a lot of different rooms to go on for the size of this ship. Oh god, we spawned ourselves outside. I need to be careful about doing that. We can see that there is a lot of room, not just for storage, but these little rooms remind me of the ones that were on the actual first few episodes, where they all just sat down and things came out the wall that they needed to survive. Oh, that was the Dorringer, wasn't it? Let's keep on going up. So you can see right up to the top, they've got these individual strange little staircase devices that I really love. The amount of floors on this thing is crazy. Just the level of detail and the time it would have took him to build each one of these little pods up. So let's just continue heading through this shaft if we can. So we're in the main bridge of the ship now. So what we can actually do here is we can access the various buttons. These will of course change the lighting modes for the different battle situations. So you can basically inform the crew via lighting. Also something I thought was pretty cool in Expanse. And we can run the standard lighting. Let's have a look how maneuverable this sort of ship is. Now when I see a Pavel design on the workshop, and what he built for us for the DRF in Colony Wars, you always expected a real great design. It could maneuver and it could shoot with some serious firepower, and it looks like it's got it just here. We've got some good acceleration, we've got some good gyroscopic movement. The acceleration of course is coming from the hydrogen thruster that I really do appreciate, and then we've got irons to conserve the hydrogen that are slowing us down. You can see them tucked in the front and the sides there. So let's actually have a go with our missile pods. So I've got them open at the moment, but let's close them up. So you can see how damn cool that looks, as well as the protection it offers with them doors being in the way. Let's fire a volley. Woo. Now, since they've only got a limited range of Space Engineer rockets, it's not super scary, but with a modification you could easily get these missiles going forward. As well, you've got to be pretty damn careful. If you wiggle too much like I was doing there, you could cause the missiles to hit your own ship, but that's another one of those Space Engineers issues. But just a real damn fantastic looking ship this. You should definitely check this design out on the workshop. Let Pavel know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.